Now I'm worried. Now I'm very, very worried. We have 7 Premier League games to go, 2 more Champions League games to go, hopefully more after that. But now I'm very worried. Now I am very worried. Now I'm just sitting down and hoping that we can get through those 7 games. Now I cannot come out here and say, I'm very confident that you're going to do this and that. No, I am not. Now, especially after watching those 2 games, the last 2 games, those are chances for 2 competitions. Another chance to, bounce back from the Man City game where, let's be honest, in the second half, we were absolutely battered by Man City and we could see it coming in that second half. We could see those goals coming. And today, once again, even after we equalized, you could tell that there was no way we were going to score. I was even worried that we wouldn't score one. After we scored one, we took our foot off the pedal and it didn't look like we had enough to get a second goal. It was looking like the only way we'd do it today was going to be a set piece or take it to extra time or something, but we couldn't even do that. We couldn't even take it to extra time. We ended up losing to Southampton. Southampton have been on form now. They're 15 games unbeaten, but that is no excuse, I expect us to at least put on a performance against Man City in a final. Even if you lose, at least put on a performance. I expect us to, with all due respect, to beat Southampton in the FA Cup and get to Wembley, especially after losing to Man City. You expect the players after 2 weeks to bounce back after that game. But no, we didn't do that. And now I am very worried because of a lot of reasons. I think apart from Tottenham away, I don't think we've played any game well this 2026. Tottenham and maybe Wigan. Those are the only 2 games that we've played well this year. We struggled badly against Wolves away. We struggled against Everton at home. We had to, Dauman had to save us in that game. We even struggled against Mansfield away from home in the FA Cup. We've Man United away from at home. Sorry, we've struggled in a lot of games this year. We've had, I think we've only played. We're in April now, and I think we've only played 2 games well this year. So that is one. That is where the worry is. Number 2, right now I feel like I can only probably trust maybe 3 players right now. That is Gabriel. He played really well again in the first half, putting on blocks, tackles, all that, and now he's injured anyway. Hopefully it's nothing serious. I feel like the only players I can trust right now are Gabriel. Declan Rice hopefully is fit for the next game because we need him. We badly need him, whether it's in terms of defending, whether it's in terms of carrying the ball forward, whether it's in terms of set pieces. We need Rice on that pitch. Without him, we just look completely lost. And Raya. And maybe if we can say Saliba as well. The rest of the players I kind of don't trust at the moment, Nogard and Mosquera today. Mosquera, fantastic. When we came back and blocked stopped the player from scoring, that was fantastic defending. But Mosquera and Nogard, simple passes throughout the game, gifting the opposition. Martinelli, decision-making, finishing poor every single game because we would have been 2-1 up before Southampton scored if Martinelli could put that shot on target, a wide-open shot, just put it on target. Missed it again. Even the players who are missing today, Saka's not been on form. Timber's not been on form. Today, Calafiori comes on. He looks okay for 5 minutes and then terrible for the rest of it. Mistake after mistake every single game. We're not getting enough. Jesus, absolutely diabolical. Every game that Jesus has started since he came back, apart from Inter Milan, has been terrible. Havertz in midfield did well, went up front and got the Jokeris assist, but for the rest of the game, looks lost. Odegaard once again comes back, nothing. Shame that Eze got injured when you're starting to perform well. But now we literally don't have anything, We can argue, okay, Martinelli goes off, Trossard will be back. When Trossard starts, we say the same thing. Martinelli comes on, he scores, and then we say, okay, Martinelli starts next game, and then it's just a revolving door every single time. Madueke, we know he can make things happen, but the finishing, he can come and pass 2-3 players, but the finishing, it's never there. So we're in a position where right now I don't trust because Zubimendi has also not been good, maybe for 5-6 games over the last 2 months. So at the moment, I only trust like 3 players in that team. And that is a concern. That is a big concern. We have Bournemouth, Man City, and Newcastle in our next 3 Premier League games. As it's looking right now, it doesn't look like we're going to beat Man City away from home, let's be honest. The way they're playing and the way we are playing, unless a miracle happens before then, they have a game in hand. So depending on how you look at it, we are 9 points ahead of them right now. a draw at their place would probably be good, but I think we'll need Man City to drop points somewhere. I don't think you're going to win every single game. The way we are playing, I don't think you're going to win every single game. I feel like, even those home games against Fulham, Bournemouth, and Burnley, there's a big chance that you could drop points somewhere there. And then, what if my Man City win later that day, and then it's like 2-3 points if they win the game in hand. Right now we are hoping. Right now I'm just sitting down and hoping. It was very difficult to record this video. Very difficult. I did not have the energy, man. I was just so deflated after that game. I was hoping for another Wembley return. You never know, if you don't play Man City, you could end up with a Chelsea or Leeds or West Ham. Another chance to get to a final, another chance maybe to play Man City in the final to make things correct. No, but now Man City are probably going to take 2 trophies, and let's hope it does it. It is not 3, because if Man City win 3 trophies this season, it is a disaster, because we know that means they would have taken the Premier League. And being 9 points ahead right now, we just have to get the job done. We have not played well for a long time. We just need to hope that we have enough until the end of the season. Now, unfortunately, with the injuries on top of that, now Gabriel is out, Eze is out, Merino is out. I don't know where Saka was today. Rice was out today. Timber is still out. We're missing a lot of players. Ben White was terrible today, very bad. And you're worried if you really want Ben White against Doku or Semenyo at the Etihad next week. I'm not too sure. And even Sporting this midweek, you cannot go into that game and say we're definitely going to beat Sporting. Where's the confidence coming from? Sporting just came back from like 3-4 goals down against Bodo Glimt, and they won at home and turned around and scored 5. So they're going to attack us. Southampton did not pack the bus today. Sporting are not going to pack the bus. They're going to attack us. So right now we are literally hoping. I said I trust those players, those 3 players, 3 or 4. Can add Saliba there, but even them, we've still made mistakes. Still Raz made a mistake against Wolves with Gabriel. So the nerves are kicking in very badly, and they're kicking in at the wrong time, as they always do, because we've seen nerves kicking in many years around March, April, many years, 2007, 2008, 2016. So many years nerves have kicked in this very moment. And can we really trust these players? We can only trust like 3 or 4. And then I'm hoping we have to put our hope on a 16-year-old in Daumann, because he's the one who looks like he's going to make things happen. And then you just have to hope that Gyökeres keeps scoring and has his shooting boots on, because he did well for Sweden. He scored a few goals recently for us. Let's hope we can get that shooting boots, because I don't think we get enough goals from Odegaard. We don't get enough goals from Martinelli. We don't get enough goals from Madueke. We've not been getting enough goals this season from Saka. Trossard's goals have dried up over the last 3-4 months. Eze is now injured. Unfortunately, he was getting involved with the goal, but now he's injured. We don't get any goals or involvement from Jesus. The corners have kind of dried up now. You haven't scored a corner for quite some time. So right now, I really do think it's about surviving. I just think like we just have to hope now, because I don't have any confidence going into the next games now. I think we'll have a very clear picture after we play Sporting, Man City, and Bournemouth. We'll know whether we're still in the Champions League. We'll know whether Man City is 6 points behind us, or it's still 9, or it's 12. I don't know. We'll have a clearer picture. It could go very badly. We could lose to Sporting 2-0 on Tuesday, and then we draw with Bournemouth of the weekend, and that is a disastrous scenario. We could also go and beat Sporting. Things look good in the Champions League, and beat Bournemouth, and carry on to the next week and hope we can finally finish the job against Sporting and Man City that weekend. That could also happen, but we now just have to hope. We cannot, sit down and say, wow, Saka is playing amazing. Let's see. We can't sit down and say, wow, Martinelli is playing amazing, or, we are keeping clean sheets. No, we've been conceding a bunch of goals recently. Wolves scored 2. Southampton have scored 2. Man City scored 2 against us. United scored 3. Chelsea scored 2 against us. We've been conceding a lot of goals this year. So even that has gone out of the window now, depending on the defense. And now Ben White was very shaky today. Calafiori came on very shaky. Nkap is injured. Gabriel went off injured. It's not a good place to be. I'm not even going to do the player ratings. If I was to do, I'd say Ben White maybe a 2. He was absolutely atrocious. Havertz got an assist. Maybe I'd give him, a 5 or 6. Chris came on. He tried, scored the goal, so maybe a 7. Kepa, can you really blame him for any of those? Not really, but I still, stumbled a couple of times from crosses. Norgard, not great today. Odegaard, not great at all. Defensively, I think Gabriel was okay. Mosquera had a few good challenges, but again, gave away the ball a couple of dangerous times in dangerous situations. I actually really enjoyed that international break. Just having 2 weeks away, it was good for my mental health. Let's just hope we can go and finish that job in the Premier League, because if we don't, I don't think we'll be able to handle it. It would be too painful for all of us. I don't think we'd be able to handle it. So let's just hope we can get something from somewhere. I really hope Gabriel is not injured, and I really hope we can see players like Rice back on the pitch very, very soon, hopefully against Sporting, because the last time we went to Portugal against FC Porto, we lost that game, and the last time we played Sporting in a knockout game, they beat us. Let's hope it's the same as last season when we went to Sporting and scored 5. And let's hope Gyökeres can do something for us against his former team. We lost to Southampton at the FA, and the cup record is not great at all. Since we won it in 2020, we've made one final. We lost it very easily to Man City 2 weeks ago. Apart from that, we've struggled to get to Wembley. I don't think we've gotten to Wembley in the FA Cup for like 6 years now. That's not great. So we have to find something from somewhere. And right now, not confident. No, right now it's just hope. Now I'm just hoping that something can happen. Let me know what you guys made of the game. Sporting next, and then Bournemouth. Bournemouth will be an early kickoff on the Saturday. Terrible day. Terrible, terrible day. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.